I'm Greg Sweetosh from Fortech Software, and today I'm going to give you a short demonstration on PANfinder, which is a utility that scans your NonStop system looking for credit card or payment card data. So simply what I do is I run PFinder, which is the PANfinder object, and it will go off and search my configured file set looking for payment card data or PANs. Now I have quite a small file set, so it should finish quite quickly. You can see then that as it's run or when it's finished, it prints up this summary information. So it shows me where my config files are and so forth, when my scan was started and completed, who ran it, all of that kind of information. It shows me that we searched through 97 files. We found one file containing PANs, and that file looks like it was containing 6,537 of them. Now I've configured output. You'll see here in my viewpoint screen there are a number of events that have come out. You may want to send the events to EMS, or you may not. That's all totally configurable. How much you send, what you send, whether you send it at all, is all fully configurable. I've also configured PANfinder to send data out to my SIEM, which in my case is just this little syslog server. And you'll see that this red one here is where the file has been detected containing PANs, this particular file, and the number of PANs and so forth. So obviously on a SIEM such as Splunk or ArcSight or something like that, you can parse the data as it comes in, and you'll have the columns all set up ready to go, so it's a lot more readable than this. Now what we will do is we will download the reports that PANfinder produces. So let's go to the right subvol here. Where are we? Oh, it's not going to help. Okay, and we will bring down our PF summary and our PF report files. Now, the reports are much easier to read. Typically, the way we see a customer using PANfinder is it will run, hopefully we'll find no PANs, and so it will just chug away, and eventually when it does, it will identify that in its writing to the SIEM. So at that time I expect that customers would come along and will read the reports to see what is there. So I'll just get rid of that old file. Now if we go into Excel, you'll see up here I've got a little macro that I run. This ships with PANfinder. It's up to you whether you use it or not. Obviously I find it useful, and I figured that others might also. So if we open the summary file first of all, okay, and we'll make that a bit bigger. Right, you see the summary file just gives very basic information. It tells us obviously the date and the time when the particular PANs were detected in this file, the file name, the number of PANs detected, and then some information about the file. Okay, so obviously this stands out as something quite substantial. There's a lot of PANs in this file. We want to see what they are. Whether it's legitimate, a part of the application, or whether somebody is using production data for testing or so forth. So if I open my report file, this will give me a lot more detail. Okay, we'll make this one larger also. Now you see in this file, this tells us all information about the run, such as when PANfinder started, the expiry key information, and so forth, details of our file set, and then it actually lists all of the PANs that we've found in the file. Now this again is configurable. We don't have to list all of these, but maybe it's useful. We also have a scanning utility that can search for an individual PAN and show you where in a file it actually exists. You'll also notice that all of these PANs are masked. It's not possible to remove the masking, but you can actually increase the level of masking in your PANs that are detected in the report. So there you have it. That is very quickly what PANfinder does. Hopefully you can have a play with it. You see what it does for yourself. There's some demo data that we provide with the tool, so you can get up and running in really only 5 minutes. You'll be up and running your first scan, and then when you run it for real, I hope you don't find any PANs.